Hello again, I'm Rodney Reynolds from 3dgameman.com, and this is another poll video. Now, this poll video is about kids and the internet. Do you think that the internet makes a great babysitter? So let me set up this scenario. Say you're a parent and you need a nanny to take care of your kids who you love very much, and you want to instill good values in them, manners and so on and so forth. So this internet nanny knocks on the door. You welcome her in. She proceeds to sit down and you ask her, "So, nanny, are you good?" She'll say, "Yes, I'm very good." You ask her, "Well, are you bad?" The nanny will say, "Oh, yes, I can be very bad." And it's true. The internet, which in this case is a nanny, can be good and can be bad. The good is good, and the bad can be extremely bad. And to be honest, sometimes kids type something on the keyboard, and they're searching, maybe it's similar to something else, and the next thing you know, they're watching something they really should not be watching. I don't care who you are, you should agree with me on this, at least I think you should. Kids should not be exposed to hardcore adult content. They just should not be. And I believe that the internet makes a really lousy babysitter. Now, Gerard posted a news post recently on 3dgameman.com. I'll link to that below. And actually what I'll do is I'll try and link to the video here if I can do that. I'm not quite sure if this particular video is on YouTube or not. If it is, I will link to it. If not, I'll link to it below. Now, this video is extremely funny. It makes light of how serious things could be if your kids are left home alone. They're given some homework. Maybe the word is pork, and they're typing in porn. You know, that last letter somehow, instead of pressing on the K letter on the keyboard, they kind of just go below a little bit to the left and hit the end by mistake. Pork turns into porn, right? Oh boy, that opens up a whole different world, doesn't it? This video is about two boys, young boys, who are left home and they are discovering all kinds of crazy things on the internet. So what do? Well, parents have to be around. Parents have to be parents. If parents are not around, well, kids get into this kind of thing. Sometimes it's intentional. They want to find the stuff. Sometimes it's not intentional, like, for example, this video shows. If parents are not around, you need to, get a nanny or have a grandparent or something, because if not, kids are going to be doing this. You were a kid once if you are an adult who's watching this video. So that's the fact of the matter is, I know these days it's not easy because parents are working longer hours than ever. They're probably working 8-hour days and travel 10 to 12 hours a day, 5 days a week at minimum. You come home for an hour or two every day. You put your kids to bed and that's it. So it's extremely difficult for a parent to be a parent these days with all the massive costs, especially fuel these days, and everything else is going up because of that. But yeah, it's extremely, extremely difficult. And sure, you can password your computer systems, but there are some very tech-savvy teens out there that can get around all this stuff. They call their friends, they go online to find out how they can get around things. There's also all kinds of software that you can install. They can get around that as well. You just got to keep them away from the computer system. You could remove the modem, for example. You could put a password on the router, set up certain times of the day on the router where, those times of the day is the only time that you can get access to the internet, and make the password extremely complicated as well. But best case is to remove the modem completely from the house, because they're not going to buy or have the money more than likely to go out and buy another modem. And if you do that, you've got to call your ISP to get you hooked up. So that's a smart one. And if you don't take it away from the home, put it into a safe or something like that, because that's probably the safest thing to do. It sounds kind of ridiculous, but hey, do you want your kids looking at, this hardcore adult content online? And it's not just porn, it's all kinds of other stuff online as well. And something else that parents are probably not aware of Are their kids and what they're doing today? And that's important. I don't care if it's with the internet or what it is. You have to know what the kids are up to these days, because if you're not in the loop, well, you can't, you don't really know what is going on. So it's very important to get involved, with that type of stuff. And maybe when it comes to internet, go to some kind of, kid internet safety seminar or something like that if you actually are a parent. Now, I have two kids, a boy and a girl. They are still really young, though, so I don't have too much to worry about, at least not right now, but I will in a few years. And my plan of attack will be to have a parent around myself, my wife, you know, responsible grandparents around to be there for them when they could get into trouble. It's kind of like throwing your kid into the front yard and the gates open. A lot of us wouldn't do that, right? Because they can run it into the street. A parent or somebody responsible, a responsible adult, has to be around to protect them from this world. With all that being said, boy, this was a long poll video. Come on over to 3dgameman.com, vote and comment on if you think that the internet makes a great babysitter.